Aloha, beautiful souls. This is Ryan of tranSOULution, and welcome to my channel, Transform with Ryan, where I am bringing you that light whenever there are shadows. Now, in this Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to receive messages from Spirit on what's important for you to know right now. So it was very, very interesting when I was preparing this reading and seeing how best to deliver these messages from Spirit. Spirit was saying to pair up the feather cards. So instead of just picking, one single card or image or crystal like normal, Spirit was saying arrange it in this way. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. So the first pair here, I'll bring it a little closer to the camera so you can take a look. Of course, we have this black feather and this striped feather with a lot of yellow tones in there. And then the next pairing, we have this sort of gray, very fluffy, wide feather with this white feather that's kind of like a more maybe classic shape. And the third pairing here, we have this sort of rusty red, orangey red kind of color with this brown, and it looks almost like this tan orangey kind of sections as well. So take a look at the pairings and see if one or more even calls to you, and you can go to the corresponding reading or readings by clicking on the timestamp down below in the description box. So I will see you all there. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan. So happy to be doing this reading for you and holding space for you once again here. And this time we're really connecting with Spirit to receive messages on what's important for you to know right now. And, tarot cards were one of the first things that I utilized to really connect with Spirit, connect with my higher self. And it works so well for me because I get a lot from images and pictures, like that saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words, right? And so I really connected with tarot and its use in more connecting with self. I mean, yeah, I used it before as like a divination tool, but then that started to shift and change to something a little bit more authentic and helping me kind of discover the different layers of myself and my mind and my essence and my spirit. So I'm hoping it's going to do the same thing for you. Now, for all of you that are new to this channel, warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Do let me know in the comments down below where you are tuning in from. I'd love to hear from you. So let's take a look here at what these two feathers have to share. So you have for the black feather, the blackbird, and it says, the magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. Wow. So definitely I'm feeling like an awakening of sorts for you and really stepping into your true and authentic nature. And really the word that really strikes me here is the word unique and untapped potential. So it's important for you to know now that there is something very special about you, something very unique about you, and it's time to let that shine, let that be expressed and come through and come out for you. Because sometimes, as we're growing up, we are sort of put off or ashamed of the things that make us different and unique because we don't want to stand out. We want to kind of blend in and be normal. But Spirit is saying, now is not the time for you to be normal. Now is the time for you to shine and stand out for the things that make you so beautiful, so unique, so special, okay? And it's likely something that you thought made you more of an outcast or a weirdo. That's often how it goes. So take a moment and kind of reflect on that. Like, what is that thing about you that you perhaps were ashamed of before? And now it's this opportunity for you to take pride in it instead. And next we have this photo here, which is a little bit unique looking, huh? And it comes from the pheasant. Oh my God, I almost guessed quail, but I guess this is close enough, right? So the pheasant says, the time is right for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. I love how this actually pairs so well together because the message that Spirit is saying is, it's time for you to really find your tribe, your community. And for those of you that are seeking love, really like a kindred spirit, a soulmate. For some of you, even a twin flame, even, right? And it's what makes you stand apart from the crowd that's going to attract these specific people into your life, okay? Because that's how you're going to, it's like that like minded, like spirited people will be drawn to each other. And if you keep maybe masking or hiding your true self, it's going to be a lot harder for these people to find you, your true crew. So let us pull some tarot cards here to get some more information from spirit, some more messages to kind of further expand on this what am I trying to say? This introduction. Oh my God, it was taking me a moment to kind of find the words here. Okay, so let's see what we got going for you, my loves. We have the sun. Gorgeous, gorgeous. The Three of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Five of Swords. The Hermit. And Seven of Swords. Ah, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay, so we have, let me just look at the major arcana first because they have major messages to pass on, very important messages to start your reading off with. So we have the Sun and the Hermit, and look at this dynamic, okay? This is definitely supporting what we were discussing together earlier is you have the Sun, which is about standing out, recognition, being in the limelight, really shining and being special and being recognized and appreciated, right? For being you. So we have this sort of standing out here, but we have this contrast here with the Hermit, where it's about going within, seeking the answers within yourself, maybe taking some time away. It's taking some time to meditate. And isolation is a word too when we think of the Hermit, right? The Hermit is kind of this lone wolf energy. But what I want you to take a look at here is look at this light that the Hermit holds within their hands. This is the light of the sun right here. So going within and really embracing your difference, because this comes from the Mermaid Tarot, but this person has like an octopus sort of lower body. So they're very different from a lot of the other people, if you will, mer people that are represented throughout this particular deck. So it's what makes you unique, what makes you special, what makes you stand out, and allowing that to shine a lot brighter. So finding that spark within you, that light within you, that unique quality that you have, because that's something that you have to offer the world. Now, that might sound like a very tall order, but really, why is there diversity here on our planet? It serves a purpose. If we were all meant to be the same, then there wouldn't be diversity. There wouldn't be a need to have different skin colors, different hair colors, different interests, different skill sets. We'd all literally be the same. But that's not the reality of where we live and this time and dimension that we're in, right? It's that we all can come together as a community with the people that we're connected with, and everyone plays their role. Everyone has their unique gifts and talents that they can offer to sort of better the community, better society, help us all move forward together and a lot stronger. We can go a lot further when we're together and we're sharing our skills and abilities with each other, and splitting up like the workload and the responsibilities. We can go a lot further that way rather than if we were isolated and alone. So think about that. Reflect on that for a moment, loves. Like, what is this gift, this talent that you have that you've been a little bit afraid or hesitant to share with the world? Because look at this. This Three of Pentacles really, really highlights this connection and coming together. Because look, we have this frog person, a fairy person, and a mermaid person all coming together, all different, creating something very beautiful with these flowers. Something is blossoming, something is blooming, something is being created because people from different backgrounds and different skill sets are coming together and working together to achieve this common goal, right? So there's something that's definitely been untapped and not developed within you because maybe, like I said, you've been ashamed or afraid to share it with the world, and now's a great time to magnify it. And here with this, what I'm seeing here is some residual energies of the past, your past, right? A past wherein maybe you tried to share your gifts and you were kind of isolated. You got hurt because maybe people were teasing you and making you feel like a weirdo and outcast. Maybe, unfortunately, you even were bullied in the past, right? Um, and so that time has passed. Look, we even have another bird here that to kind of go in line with our birds and our feathers here from the original reading. Now Spirit is saying like, hey, you don't have to worry about being teased or bullied anymore or shamed. Like your gifts are going to help you shine and you're going to be respected and you're going to be well loved now once you show your true gifts. And here, what I'm seeing here is there's this discovery of something hidden. All right. Now it's very important for you to know that 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 you should be mindful of how you use your talents. Okay, because these mer people, this chest is open, and what the story is telling me here on this image is they are being shown this interesting instrument and tool that they've never really seen before. And, you know, these mer people, they're examining these swords and they're like, what is this thing? Is it a tool to help build something or create something? And or maybe is it used to harm people? All right. And so just be very mindful of the intentions that you put out there as you share your gifts, share your knowledge, step into the limelight. Okay. What are your intentions here? Are your intentions to better humanity, offer something to the world, leave a positive imprint? Or are you trying to get fame and fortune from these gifts? Are you trying to prove people wrong and that, you know, all the people that teased you and made fun of you, are you trying to prove them wrong? Like, what are your intentions behind this? Because, you know, as you start on this new endeavor, this getting into this untapped potential and this journey that's unfolding before you, you reap what you sow. Okay, so really put your heart first and leave any emotions that are, you know, lower vibrational, shame, guilt, anger, resentment, those types of things, leave those behind. Allow those to be released, allow those to heal, and use your gifts for good. And what I'm seeing with this here is there's definitely a lot of opportunity for travel and shifts and change and momentum, okay? Very fast momentum. And I'm sensing definitely a lot of opportunity here for change, okay? For the better here. Because what Spirit is calling me to mention about this lava is, you know, when a volcano erupts, a lot of people feel very fearful because of the destruction that can come as a result of the lava flow, right? Like burning some of the land and maybe even homes. But what the lava also actually does is expand, enlarge the island. It makes the island a lot bigger as well, okay? So sometimes as you grow and expand into yourself, there are things that are going to kind of be destroyed, meaning you're going to have to let them go. Okay, that they have no longer have any place there for you. And what this lava flow can do, sort of metaphorically for you, is it can kind of clear the way. All right, get rid of all the things anymore, or all the things that don't, oops, that don't serve you anymore, that don't kind of match up with the path in which you're going and the path in which you're moving forward. It's kind of like Spirit is saying, it's kind of like a old clothing, right? Old clothing that maybe has holes, it doesn't fit you anymore, it's out of fashion, it's out of style. You like it doesn't match who you are anymore. Like that's kind of clothing that you would never wear because you've changed and you've grown. And so it's time to give those up, give them away. I know some people, donate their clothing. Some people use the rags to like clean as cleaning rags, the leftover, like the shirts and things like that. And in some cases, people will use the clothing to create something even new, something different, right? And so that's that this process of the Eight of Wands and this lava, all right, is expanding who you are, allowing you to share all of who you are, that like every piece of you with the world, but things are just going to have to be released and let go of in the process. Why? Because there's new opportunities here for many of you. And the fact that the Ace of Pentacles came out here is letting me know that there's, for many of you, there's this new opportunity when it comes to work, career, money. Okay, maybe you can use these gifts for like a side hustle. You can use these gifts to generate a side income or another source of income. All right, maybe it's going to, these gifts will allow you to branch out into a different department at your company or at your work. Put you in a different position, even one that has a higher status or one that has higher pay, even. Okay, so those are beautiful things to really consider and think about when you look at the possibilities and the potential for you sharing your gift. And not only that, but what I'm sensing here, the hermit, what the hermit is kind of communicating through to me is also the opportunity for you to hone your skills, further develop your abilities here. Okay, and maybe even connect you with some kind of mentor that can train you in this, in mastering your skills even further. Ooh, I like that. I like that. So let's pull a message here from the Divine Oracle deck. Another message here from Spirit to encourage you as you move forward now to, shine your light, express your true self, like really showcase all of your talents. Okay, let's do a quick shuffle. And we have past life. Your question involves your past life. There is a deeper reason why this situation is happening in your life now. Meditate deeply and seek an answer. If not, seek professional help, such as a past life regression therapist. Whoa, this is really cool. So let me tell you a story real quick about someone who, I read this in a book, one of Dr. Brian Weiss's book, okay? And there was a past life. I think it was actually him. He remembered a past life where he knew like a lot of sacred occult knowledge, but I believe it was during a time where monotheistic religions were on the rise. So Catholicism, Christianity, like maybe even Muslim faith and stuff like that, where it's like one God. And he wanted to share his gifts of this occult knowledge, this sort of, magical knowledge. And what ended up happening is he was persecuted for being like a witch, being in league with demons and devils and all those types of things, because again, that was the time that he was in where those types of beliefs and maybe even like paganism was frowned upon, and those people were persecuted and murdered or hanged or burned at the stake or whatever the case was. I don't remember the exact details. And so moving forward into this life, once he discovered the possibilities with past life regression, he was afraid to share this experience and share this knowledge with people in the medical community, because he thought that he would be seen as being crazy, as being what is the word? like a lunatic in a way, and he was afraid he would lose all the respect of his colleagues because of his findings with past life regression and how they don't really line up with scientific medical practice. But once he kind of recalled that life and released that fear, he came to be very, very successful. He became a successful author. I went to several of his workshops and his retreats, and he does really, really well for himself. And this modality of past life regression really helps people heal a lot emotionally and psychologically. And so it's been a real blessing to the world. And more people are opening up to this, and it's really beautiful. And so it could be the same scenario with you and your journey, with your gifts that you might be afraid to share. And it could have this link and a root and an origin in a past life. So you might want to seek a past life regressionist to help you try to uncover these memories. And it's so interesting because today, when I was preparing some of these readings, I've noticed that some of the things that are being brought up from spirit are things that I can definitely assist with. So I have trained with Dr. Brian Weiss to do past life regression. I also do intuitive coaching. So if you need a little bit of assistance, definitely reach out and connect with me. The best way to do it at this time is through Instagram. So my Instagram is linked to the YouTube channel. If you feel so inclined and you resonate with my energy and my way of reading cards and stuff and guiding people, then just send me a DM and let's set up a meeting and we can chat with each other, okay, on how I can help you along. So this was very, very, very amazing. Definitely follow up on this past life regression stuff, whether or not you choose to do one with me, because I feel like there is a reason why you were drawn to this reading and this card came out, because you are at that point where you can definitely tap into and unlock your potential. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from all of you on how this resonated. Please like and comment down below if you got anything out of this reading. And I invite you to subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the vibes, and then that way you don't miss out on a future reading, okay? And I also linked another reading on my channel here in the top right corner. If that interests you, you can go to that reading next. But otherwise, my loves, I'm sending you so much love and cosmic hugs. Shine your light, beautiful soul, and I will see you again next time. Bye. Hey there, Star Fam! Welcome back to another reading here at Transform with Ryan, where we are going to be receiving these messages from Spirit on what's important for you right now. And I'm so excited to really channel these messages here for you, because I remember when I first started reading tarot, it was all for like divination, and I thought it was just so cool to try to look into the future. And really what came out of connecting with tarot and oracle cards was a deeper connection with myself and finding and uncovering, I should say, the deeper layers of my subconscious, my spirit, my purpose. And now there's this opportunity for you to connect with yourself through these readings as well, especially because of the images and the pictures that we're going to be looking at with the tarot. I mean, have you ever heard that phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words? And that's what I love so much about tarot, is because the pictures can tell us so many wonderful stories and give us so much insight. So all of you, though, that are new to this channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for listening to my little like spiel. I'm just so passionate about connecting with spirit and helping people on their journey. So I'm glad you're here. Do let me know in the comments down below where you're tuning in from. I'd love to hear from you. And I cannot wait to see what this feather is about, because for as long as I've had this deck, I don't believe I pulled this feather out when I've done a reading for anybody. So let's see what it says. It comes from the ostrich. Wow. Okay. The choice is clear for you now. Follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. Wow, that's beautiful. Oh, you know what's so interesting about the ostrich is I don't know if exactly all the different birds that are in this deck, but the ostrich is, you know, a large bird that can't really fly, but it runs very, very fast. And so what I'm feeling from you, and I'm already from this first card, is this part here where it says, follow the wisdom and truth you feel in your heart. And what Spirit is telling me is, you know, who knows what the ostrich was thinking during its creation? Like maybe it wondered, like, how come I'm not flying and able to fly like all the other birds that kind of have a body structure similar to me? You know, like it obviously doesn't look like an elephant or a giraffe or like a four-legged animal. It doesn't look like an insect. So it definitely is in kind of that bird family, right? And perhaps it was wondering, like, why is it that I can't fly like the other birds? And then it discovered that its true path and its true ability is really in being able to run and move fast by land, right? And so, what I'm sensing for you is this part about following the wisdom and truth that's in your heart. That means let go of the mind, let go of expectations that you have or other people have of you, and follow what's in your heart. Stay true to you, stay true to your strengths and your skills and your purpose, all right, and why you're here, and why you were created the way you were. That is the way forward, all right, not trying to fit in with the other birds, if you will, but to forge your own path. Now let's see what this white feather is originates from. The white swan, the power of divine grace is within you. Wow. So it's interesting that we have this duo here because the swan is considered to be this very regal, this very elegant and beautiful bird. And the ostrich, I would say it's probably not the most beautiful bird out there, but it's still very strong and powerful and very unique and special. And so, what I'm getting through from spirit here is that your beauty is your uniqueness, okay? And when I'm honing in and tuning into the words divine grace. And so I encourage you to do the same. What does divine grace mean to you? That's gonna definitely be a key part for your personal understanding of this reading that I'm doing for everybody as a general reading. But I encourage you to reflect on the words divine grace and what that means to you. Okay? So let's pull some tarot cards out and get some more information from Spirit, some more messages to kind of explain what we see here in this introduction. All right. So we're going to use this mermaid. My gosh, Spirit is really like not wanting me to shuffle this stack. Let me try one more time. Maybe I just need to be more mindful. Okay, that turned out a little bit better. So let's see what we got coming through for you. King of Swords, Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. Okay, we have the King and the Queen of Swords here. The Three of Swords, and the Two of Pentacles. All right. So, all right, we have a lot of swords energy coming through here. So there is a lot on your mind right now. And Spirit is saying you need to have mastery over your mind, mastery over your thoughts. Now, one thing that I want to share with a lot of you that I've mentioned before with those that I've coached and mentored is that your thoughts really create your reality. Like the way you perceive the world is going to be reflected back at you. So if you see the world as like a cold, cruel, heartless place, you're going to experience a lot of coldness, okay? A lot of maybe disinterest and apathy and not quite hate, but you're going to find that there's a lot of disconnectedness within the world, and it's going to be hard for you to form relationships if you feel the world is a lonely place, for example, right? As sometimes this Arctic, Antarctic regions can be. But really, you have to have mastery over this. And what the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords knows is that you can create your reality with your dreams. I should say you can manifest your dreams here. If you're looking at the Seven of Cups, which speaks a lot to dreams and fantasies, you can make them a reality with the correct mindset. Okay? Everything in our physical reality starts with an idea, starts with a dream, and people working hard to achieve those dreams, okay? And some people, for whatever reason, they have fears in pursuing their dreams, or they've been hurt or let down and disappointed in the past. So now they're afraid to have hope again, that things can work out for them. And that's one of the biggest, shames and unfortunate consequences of when people get let down in the past is that they lose this sense of hope and this sense of dreaming and wonderment, because of this fear of disappointment. And it's something that I think a lot of people would benefit from working through, so that they can lead a lot more happier lives, and they can be, they can reach their highest potential, and be a positive presence in the world as well. And for some reason I'm being called to say this, but sometimes, the broken dreams can bring out the worst in people. And so don't don't let these dreams that were broken in the past stop you from having your dreams today. Okay, you can always have new dreams, right? I think that's what the Seven of Cups is saying. You can always have new dreams, and those new dreams could come to reality. Okay. So don't stop dreaming. Now, the other thing here with the swords, um, king and queen, that came through was the word discipline. So it's very important right now for you to have discipline. Okay, so whatever it is that you are going to pursue, whatever it is that is within your heart, um, whatever goal that you are working towards, discipline is going to be the key. All right. Um, Nothing really manifests from doing nothing. Okay, you have to take some type of action. You have to have some type of strategy, some type of plan on how you can bring your dreams into reality. Now, of course, you're going to have to be a little bit flexible, because things are constantly shifting and changing, and you need to be able to adapt to the circumstances of the present moment. But in general, if you have a plan, if you have a game plan, if you have a roadmap, if you have some type of strategy, it's going to make achieving your goals a lot easier, because you're going to have that focus, and you're going to be able to keep track of your progress. That's the big thing. Is what I'm sensing is a lot of people really desire to have progress in their pursuing their dreams and goals. They want to know they're getting somewhere. But how would you know you're getting somewhere if you don't have a plan, or you don't have an idea of the steps necessary to get there, okay? So important for you to be mindful of that. Now, I do want to say here that I think these two go together, speaking about dreams and fantasies and heartbreak and letdown. Okay, so sometimes when things don't work out the way we want them to, it could just be it's a matter of timing, right? That it just wasn't the right time. It could be that we weren't aligned with that, you know, that really wasn't our destiny path, and that really wasn't something we truly wanted. It could just have been something that we thought we wanted because of whatever conditioning and upbringing that we were led to believe. I'm reminded of these stories of people who try to follow in their parents' footsteps and, kind of go into the family business and go pursue the same career path as their parents, just because they think that's what their parents want, or they think that's what they're good at. And then they go and pursue that, and they work hard towards that, and then they get there and they're like, wow, I'm really actually kind of miserable, and I'm not enjoying this kind of work that I'm doing, and they feel really bad. And now they're at this crossroads of like, do I abandon this and try to figure something out, or do I just kind of suffer through it and just keep moving forward and do this job, right? And so for many of you, letting go of certain dreams that you had that weren't right for you. And I have the sense you know what that is. And there's going to be this sort of sadness about letting this go, because maybe you've worked hard toward it, or maybe you were really attached to the notion that it was going to be the perfect thing for you, and it really isn't, or you're experiencing all these blockages. But in the long run, it's really going to benefit you. Okay, because now you're going to be able to actually go after what you really want and put your energies there. And you're going to have a lot more success when you love what you do. I'm going to say that again. You're going to have a lot more success with doing what you love to do, whatever that is, okay? Or being with the person that you love versus being with the person that you feel obligated to be with. Ooh, I feel like that might have hit hard for some people there. So be with the person you love, not be with the person that you are obligated to be with. Now, here with this Ace of Swords, there's definitely some new ideas coming through, new communication, new information coming through for you to help you on this path. It could even be this reading, who knows? But be on alert for any signs, okay? Any signs from the universe, something that kind of gets your spider senses tingling, if you will, or sometimes you can hear it as like a song lyric or some phrase in a commercial or a TV show or a movie, something that really just stands out to you that otherwise would seem very ordinary. But in that moment, it has some type of significance for you because that's going to give you some more clues as to how to move forward and what is going to help you feel confident in aligning with your heart's path and what your heart is telling you, okay? It'll give you that reassurance. That's often what a lot of signs from the universe does for us, is it gives us that reassurance that we're on the right path, okay? Now, here with the Two of Pentacles, the word that came out is foolish. Very, very interesting, right? That the word that comes out is foolish. Sometimes this card speaks to having everything in balance. So it could even mean like making sure your mind and your heart are in balance with each other, that you're not running your life purely on your mind and logic alone, and you're allowing your heart and your instinct and your intuition to have a say, or vice versa, right? Like not being so disorganized and just chasing after every whim of the heart and every fancy of the heart, but being a little bit pragmatic and being a bit practical, as is the expertise of the mind, right? So that's one layer of this card here. But the other layer here that I mentioned before that was this foolishness, right? And what I'm getting now is also like a fool's errand. And so trying to be someone you're not is like a fool's errand, right? It's like sometimes we think that by being something that we're not, that eventually we're going to be that thing. And truly, it's just like a mismatch of soul purpose, soul, what is the word? Soul calling. Okay? I don't think that was it, but anyways, I'll just move on from that idea. But following your heart, following your soul, like what is it that you're meant here to do? Who is it that you're meant here to be with? I believe personally that everyone is here to thrive and grow and experience happiness, joy, and success. Now, the path to that is going to be different for everybody, and all of us are going to have some type of roadblock or trials or challenges, tribulations that we're going to have to face on that journey. But at every point, there's always a choice, right? A choice to do what everyone thinks you should do, or the choice to do what feels right for you, okay? And being in alignment with that and having faith that you know what's right for you and you know what doesn't fit you. But you have to tune into the heart to really get that information, okay? Yeah. Now, the Knight of Wands is speaking to me of courage. You definitely need to have a lot of courage on your path moving forward. You need to have like the heart of a lion. Yes, yes, that feels good. That's what's coming through. Have the heart of a lion. Be very committed to your path. And what I'm just noticing here is that it looks like this merman has some battle scars here, but they're still standing strong, okay? And part of the journey to discovering yourself and living your true authentic life and being that true authentic version of yourself is that there are going to be rough patches. There are going to be battles that are going to have to be fought. And often those battles are more internal, okay? Versus against the outside world, against other people. It's really battling yourself. And oh, yes, Spirit is saying really um, working with the ego and fighting back against the ego sometimes, because sometimes in the ego's efforts to protect us and keep us safe and secure and to keep things stable in our life, it becomes a bit overprotective and it becomes restrictive, okay? And it doesn't really allow a lot of space for you to blossom and grow and become even more expansive, more abundant, more successful than you currently are, okay? So just be mindful of that, that it's going to take a lot of courage on your part and a lot of bravery. But, you know, the best prizes and victories in life do come with a little bit of risk, and they don't come easy. All right, but it's gonna be very worth it. What I'm sensing here from your reading is it's gonna be worth it. All right. So let's get a divine oracle card here to pass on another message from Spirit about what's important for you to know right now. Okay, I sense that there's this really big journey and big awakening to yourself and your divine nature here at hand for you. And so, you know, move forward in that. Trust your heart, create a game plan, have courage always, and be open for all new communications and signs. And it's okay to continue to dream and dream big. All right, my loves? Okay, let's pull this card here for you. We have Be Playful. Oh, lovely. You know, I was actually thinking that this reading was feeling very, very serious. So I'm really happy this card came out. Are you thinking too much or too seriously about a current situation? Take a break and be playful. Free your mind just like when you were a child. Be fun and excited. High vibes. Invite new ideas. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that with Ace of Swords. New ideas, new information, new communications. So, yes, take a break. So, when we need to come up with a solution or come up with a plan, when we get too serious, it kind of actually works against us with trying to come up with this plan. But once you sort of tap into this playful nature, which, is very childlike, but you know what else is very characteristic of children? Imagination. And when you have imagination, when you are utilizing imagination, you can get really creative and a lot more doors and opportunities will open up for you. You'll find that there's actually a multitude of solutions to whatever problems you may be facing. And it's all just a matter of which one is the most strategic, easiest, or kind of which will have the best outcome for you, like that will guide you in your choice on what you want to do and how you're going to respond and take action. So I know this reading felt a little bit serious, and you know, the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, they do have this very serious nature about them. But Spirit, as a last remark, I'm so glad this came through, is to be playful, be imaginative, keep dreaming, look, Spirit is saying, look to people that have what you want and have achieved what you want, and learn their stories, read about their stories, hear their stories, and that will give you ideas of what's actually possible for you, all right? And it will help you break down those limiting beliefs and those barriers to your success. So, sending you all so much love with this reading. I feel like there were definitely some more somber tones that you needed to hear, but I hope you leave this reading feeling very hopeful and excited about what lies ahead. Now, if you enjoyed your reading, it resonated with you anyway, please like and comment down below. And of course, if you love the energies here, you got something out of this and you look forward to more readings in the future, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on them. And I did link another reading on my channel here if you feel so called to do another one at this time. But otherwise, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. Best of luck on your journey forward, my dears. Bye. Hey, Hey there, Star Fam! So happy to have you here again at Transform with Ryan and doing another reading for you. And today it's going to be on messages from Spirit on what's important for you to know right now. And for those of you that are new to this channel, I'm sending you a big warm welcome and aloha. So happy to have you here. Do let me know where you're tuning in from in the comments down below. Now, for this particular reading, what I've been noticing is kind of like a theme here is for you to definitely take note of the images that you're seeing as well, especially when I pull the tarot cards out, because I don't know about you, but there's this saying, perhaps you know it, that a picture is worth 1,000 words, and that has held true for me. And this is what I love about the tarot, which is why I connect with it so much, especially as an aid for helping me kind of uncover these deeper layers of myself and my path forward, is I see these pictures and the images on these cards, and they tell me a story, and in that story is this message that's very important and has significance to me. And even though I'll be reading the cards for you, I encourage you to look at the images yourself as well and see what stands out for you and see what stories the images tell you in particular. All right, my love. So I just felt called to say that for this particular reading. Now let's take a look at these feathers and what birds they belong to start us off. So we have the cardinal. Stand tall and proud. See the leadership role unfolding ahead of you. Ooh, okay. So we got some leaders in the house. We got some high achievers present here in this reading. For those of you drawn to this third pair, now I'm sensing from Spirit, now is the time for you to step up. You've had enough practice, you've had enough experience, and now it's time for you to take a role of a teacher, a mentor, a coach, a manager, a boss, a CEO, what have you. You have earned that title for sure. Oh, wow. You should be very, very proud of yourselves if you aren't, for your accomplishments and achievements so far. And I'm sensing you have a lot further to go. Like, this is just the beginning here. Now let's see which bird this feather belongs to. The owl. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. Oh my goodness. And you know, the owl is really a symbol of wisdom in a lot of cultures here. And what other quality would you want from a leader, right? You want someone who's very wise, who has a lot of experience and know-how and knowledge to be leading the tribe, leading the crew, leading the people here, right? And what I'm sensing here is a lot of you, maybe you've been toying with the idea of stepping up here. And I mean, I don't know what it could have been that was holding you back, but go with your gut here. If you feel it's time for you to step up, then it's definitely time. Like, don't let your mind psych you out. Or perhaps if there are people that are, you know, encouraging you to lay low and kind of stay where you're at, it seems like Spirit is saying don't pay that any mind and reach for the stars, right? Move forward. Grow and evolve and expand in your profession here, in your purpose, okay? I'm sensing a lot of this is more related to your job, your career, your work, but you know, you can be a leader in other settings as well, like maybe in some sort of community or a club. You might be a leader in that sense, okay? Now, here we go with the tarot, so definitely pay attention to the images here, all right? And see if they share any additional messages for you that relate to your personal journey. Because I'm doing a general reading for everybody, so I'm not going to be able to capture every single thing. So I definitely invite you to read, if you will, along with me. So first out, we have the Six of Wands. Man, bam, there you go. Victory, success, recognition. Like, all these people are looking at this person like, wow, look at how skilled they are with these wands and the fire breathing and stuff like that. So center of attention, receiving your rewards and your recognition and the status that you deserve. I mean, my gosh, that coincides so beautifully with the cardinal card. Eight of Swords. I had this feeling that someone could be planting ideas in your head that make you doubt your skills and abilities. And I'm not sure if they're doing it on purpose or if they're just not aware that some of the things that they're saying are not very encouraging and are very limiting in a way. Limiting. I don't even know why I was going to say in a way like that. No, it's just plain out limiting, right? What they're saying is making you cast doubts on yourself. It's kind of like, oh, you're really going to apply for that position? Like, are you ready for it? Do you think you can do it? Right? Like, I feel like people around you might be saying something like that. Or maybe they're like, oh, I heard so and so is applying for that position as well. And I think they might actually have a really good chance of getting it. Like, you have some stiff competition, right? Like putting these doubts. Does that make sense? I don't know if any of you have heard anything like that before in your past or even in your current situation, but don't let that trap you. Don't let that mislead you. You have just as much of a chance, if not more so, of, you know, getting this promotion, getting this raise, getting this new position, whatever it is, right? Maybe it could even be like a lateral move. Um, so let's see what else we got going on. King of Pentacles. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this definitely speaks to an element of mastery in your career, in your profession. Four of Swords. Queen of Cups. This is definitely speaking to your intuition. Your intuition is correct. You know that you deserve this. Five of Swords. And Eight of Pentacles. All right, so I'm definitely called to look at this layout. So we see the Eight of Swords with the Five of Swords here, all right? So definitely people in your environment, within your circle at work, maybe even some of your friends might be doing this to you, but they're making you doubt yourself. And some of the things that they're saying are really hurting you, even if you don't say it out loud or call them on it. Some of the things they're saying to you are hurting your confidence, hurting your feelings even. And it's sort of what I'm getting is this kind of whittling away at your determination in going after this dream or pursuing this goal. And that might be a better term to use for this reading, is like stand tall in pursuing your goals and achieving, right? And having success. I feel like that leadership can also be synonymous with just success in any shape or form. That people are saying things that are hurting your feeling, like maybe they think they're being playful and it's just all fun and games, but really you're not appreciating a lot of the words and the things that they're saying, and it's just not cool. And I'm also getting this sense of community and people around you because of the Eight of Pentacles, that people are really saying and doing things that are kind of discouraging you. And I'm like, man, that's really messed up. Like, what kind of friends are they? Coworkers can or cannot, may or may not be friends, so that's kind of like a mixed bag, right? But what I'm hearing from Spirit is like, who are they to tell you what you're capable of? And the reason why I say that, and why that's coming through from Spirit, is because do your friends have the same success as you do? Did your friends get that job or that promotion? So do they really have the expertise to be able to say, like, well, I got this job and promotion, and if you want the same job and promotion, like, I don't think you can do it, right? Or are they kind of in the same boat as you are? And maybe they just want, sometimes I don't believe I've experienced this myself, although, who knows, maybe someone was trying to do this to me and they ended up not being my friend any longer. But sometimes your friends, they're afraid of you excelling at something or stepping up at something because they're afraid of being left behind. Or they're afraid that you're gonna maybe think you're better than them now. and too good to hang out with them or be their friend any longer if you achieve this success. And actually, I'm reminded of this storyline from Kim's Convenience Store. I don't know if any of you have ever seen that. Kim's Convenience Store. It's like a comedy and with Asian cast on, now I think it's on Netflix. They have it on Netflix, but maybe it's on some other streaming service. But there are these two friends, these two guys, and it's actually the guy who played Shang-Chi in the Marvel movie. So they work at this dealership, repair shop. I think it is. It's in a car company anyway. And Shang-Chi's character, that guy, he decides to apply for this promotion to be like a manager, I think, or something. And he ends up getting it. And his friend was not happy about that at first. And his friend, thought that maybe he thought that he was too good for him now that he was a manager. And after that, he also tried to take advantage of his friend's leadership position. And so he tried to like sneak more breaks or, try to say, oh, my friend's the manager, so I can get away with things. And, Shang-Chi's character was like, no, dude, like, I'm the manager. Like, you can't be getting me in trouble by not doing your work. That's not cool. And they got into this big old fight about it. And, it just was kind of revealed that the friend felt some kind of way about his friend getting this promotion, about Shang-Chi getting this promotion. And it's like, oh, it's like, you think you're better than me now? Or how are we supposed to have fun at work? Now you're all serious about work and like you, because you're a manager and now we can't joke around and all this kind of stuff, right? It just created like this weird dynamic between them. And so all of that, all of that to say, that could be why some people are discouraging you from pursuing your goals and achieving, because maybe some part of them is afraid of what your success will mean to your relationship. Okay, but this is your journey, my loves. This is your journey, and you shouldn't hold yourself back for anybody. You shouldn't hold yourself back from achieving your full potential because of anybody, all right? Like, think of all the wonderful things you could do for people with your success and all the people you're going to help as this leader and taking on this role and what good you can accomplish with this. And someone's ego is not worth sacrificing that over. Does that make sense, loves? Okay? So go for it. That's the message I'm getting from Spirit. If you take anything out of this reading right now, Spirit is just saying, go for it. Okay? Now, with this card again, it kind of is giving me sort of vibrations in line with the Six of Wands, where here you have all the mer people watching this merman with all these skills, with performance and talent there. And here you have these Arctic creatures crowding around what looks like, in a way, like a tomb or a resting spot even, for this mer person, and kind of like creating a spectacle out of it, okay? And what I want you to notice is that this person is like encased, okay? Encased in ice, and they have these four swords around them. So it's kind of like this protection, okay? So Spirit is saying, like, protect yourself from the ideas and the influence and the opinions of other people, because right now, what you need to be listening to is your intuition, your inner wisdom, without fail. Okay, so this part of your journey is not about what other people think, not so much about what other people need. The focus should be on you. What do you want? What do you need? How do you see your life moving forward? This isn't like a poll. We're not taking a poll or a community vote on like what you're capable of achieving. Like, no, it's what do you want to achieve? That's really the core of the issue, the crux of the matter here. And the fact that you have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here in your reading shows that you do have an element of mastery, okay? You have mastered your intuition, your guts. You've mastered trusting yourself to a certain extent, Okay, like this Queen of Cups, she knows things. She knows things about you. She knows things about herself. She knows things about the way the world works. And you have that knowledge at your disposal as well. And so you know it's very possible for you to achieve this success and this goal. It doesn't matter if everyone else believes it as well, okay, or if they're on board with this game plan, because right now you have the power. And with this King of Pentacles, like I mentioned earlier, this is someone who has mastery over their skill, their career, their profession, and they know how to put it to good use. And they're very, very, very talented. So you embody those qualities hands down. So it's time for you to step up. You know, as your skill levels grows, you need to move on up in the workplace, in the work situation as well. It's only logical, right? You don't want to be necessarily working beneath your potential, all right? Oh, okay. Well, here's your message from this Divine Oracle deck as well to help you along this path. Also important for you to know is forgive. Is your heart feeling heavy or do you feel despair? Do you have anger or hatred? Forgiveness is the key. Everybody makes mistakes, including you. We are all on our spiritual paths and learning. Ooh, this is a very interesting card. I definitely am not seeing or feeling a very clear link to what we were just discussing. And so that tells me that for sure, this card in particular will have a lot of significance, personal significance to each and every one of you that were drawn to this pile. Something very, very unique that will have meaning for you. All right. Let me see if there's a general message that I can tune into on your behalf from Spirit that can give you something to go off of, something to start with. I'm sensing that there are people around you that don't believe in you, or maybe they haven't believed in you in the past. And that's, again, affected your self-esteem and your confidence. And in order to rebuild that confidence, you are encouraged to forgive them. Okay? And Spirit is also telling me, don't make this like, I'm going to achieve success just to prove you wrong. All right? And just to prove my worth and who I am. It's not really about proving yourself. It's just about honoring who you are and being who you are, which is a leader. Okay? It's not about proving anything to anybody. It's not about like, I told you so. So let those feelings go. Let those motivators and driving forces go. They're not necessary for your success. Okay? You already have enough skills that will guarantee you success. You don't need to feel motivated so that you can rub it in someone else's face afterward. All right, my loves, if this reading resonated with you and it spoke to you on any level and you got something out of it, please like and comment down below. And I invite you to subscribe to this channel as well so you don't miss out on any future readings. If you'd like, I did link another reading right up here in the top right corner, and you can go to that after this one is done. But otherwise, sending you all so much love and cosmic hugs. You claim that power. You claim that success that is so rightfully yours. You've earned it, my loves. Take care. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.